Hi, my name is Paul Zajac.
And I'm Gio.
Welcome to DnDSPN. This is the channel where we smash together Dungeons & Dragons and sports commentary.
Kind of.
Tonight's show is, again, from our Level 9 battle, and we're looking at one of the final plays of the match, wherein it is the monster's turn, and then something happens. Let's take a look at the clip, and we'll talk about it then.
Yeah, they're going to attack Voss. And,
okay.
Barla's got
one of the advantages of
one bite
getting
and two
big
thrash
is you
attacks.
become the target.
The
You're into that
first
kind of thing.
bite is coming in, and
so it's a Hezru
that'll do.
demon, which is attacking
is 13,
Voss, the monk,
piercing damage plus
who has been enlarged
5
twice, so he's
psychic
huge.
damage.
I'm going to attempt to deflect.
Okay.
I deflect 20. I don't feel like I'm long for this world, so I'm going to use up my second to last focus point to redirect.
Okay.
So I'm going to return back 15 points of that damage to Darla.
15? That's enough.
Yeah. Yes.
Nice. Wow.
Oh,
that's
that was
awesome.
a Hail Mary.
Love that.
That was a Hail Mary.
Because Barla was about to crush.
That's all monks
he
know
was.
Hail Marys.
Wow. That was awesome.
That was a clip. Gio, what are your thoughts?
I thought it was a great use of a fairly new monk feature where they've always had deflect missiles, but now they can just deflect damage. And it was put to great effect here.
Yeah, right. I made me think a couple of things. There's an end of battle moment where both the monster and the player are at low hit points. And I think there's so many different things to think about here. Number one, I think there's different techniques that DMs could use towards the end of a battle, where we've seen it before. Our friend Bill, he has a rule that if a monster is below 1/4 hit points, he's going to tell the party what the hit points are, and that can heighten the tension over whether or not a roll is going to outright kill a monster, but it's also going to lend legitimacy when the monster doesn't die with the big hit that only that misses 1 hit point. Alternatively, you got guys like, and I've talked about this before, but guys like say Mike Shea from Fly Flourish, he doesn't want to tell people because he calls it turning the dials, right? If the battle has reached a climactic point and this monster should die right now, boop, his hit points go down and the monster dies. And I think that's also a legitimate way to do it. So those are two things. And then the other aspect of it is this reaction deflection, which is so cool. And I was thinking about what other reaction types of things are there out there. And I had to think about spells, and the one that is I think most obvious is Hellish Rebuke, and we saw that used in one of the earlier battles in this series, to also at the end to kill a monster. And then there is a new spell that does that in the Heroes of Faerun book called Backlash, which is a level 4 spell, and that will absorb 46 points of damage, and then the monster trying to inflict the damage on the character has to make a save. If he fails to save, that damage goes back on the monster. So there's very kind of few spells that do that, but this play made me think about those things. Any other thoughts?
I think going back a little bit to your point about dialing the health down or indicating to the players where the hit points are on the monster, I always go with just a standard bloodied. Once you've got them to about half hit points, they start, describing them more like a Street Fighter portrait whenever they're just all beat up and bloodied up in the corner. And that way you have some leeway. They know that creature is going down, but they don't know how much more it's going to take unless they're crunching numbers, which you want to kind of discourage from doing.
Sure. Yeah. And bloodied is something that is now official in the 20. I think it was official in 4th edition, and then not initially in 5th edition.
There were no mechanics that were really tied to it or anything.
Right, and now it's back. I think that also is another way to do it. You don't have to reveal the numbers; just get good at describing stuff.
Exactly.
They're bloodied. Now they're bloodier. Now they're oozing.
Right.
They're everything except his toenails come off. If you're good at that, that's a nice way to go.
Yeah, I've heard that done a couple of different ways. It's all right, they're bloodied. It's you get a big hit, and they're oh, they're not down. They're no, well, they're on death's door now. You can tell they're just clinging to life. They're living by a string.
Right.
Something along those lines. You can get creative with it.
You could standardize it, or if you're just a great storyteller, keep on pulling out your adjectives. Okay, I think that's it. Tell us what you think. And if you want to watch the full battle, it's on our second channel, DnDSPN 2, The Deuce. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.